Guys, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. Appreciate you covering us. We got a short week, and I got to get to work on Iowa, so why don't we just open it up for questions?
What's the level of concern with the injuries of C.J. Campbell and Tyler?
Level of concern is high. Yeah, very high. I can't tell you, I don't know yet what prognosis is, but both those guys are critical, especially the offensive tackle position. We're already down. We're down quite a few guys at the position, so. But that's it, man. Life in the big city. You gotta next guy up.
Do you anticipate Ian will be able to play against Iowa? So what's his situation?
I don't know that. Yeah, Ian had something happen in the game, and we thought he was okay. He thought he was okay, and then it just never really responded. So we have to see. Yeah, that's troubling too.
Now, you've described the defense as a work in progress. Now, after 3 games, what have you seen do you think this group is Big Ten ready?
Well, it doesn't matter if I think so or not, because it's coming, man. 6 days, right? But I do think I've seen improvement. Today we took the ball away twice. We did well on 3rd down. I think they were 2 of 10 on 3rd down. That's where you need to be. And then, defense, punt block is an extension of defense, and block 2 punts for scores. So we're starting to get the hang of it. There's still plays that drive me crazy, and I'm sure it drive them crazy. But we just got to keep working at it and communicating, executing, and playing really, really hard. I think they play really, really hard. Sometimes we may be aiming in the wrong direction. When you go really hard in the wrong direction, you go further away from where you want to be. So we gotta work through it, and we'll continue to work. Coaches and players, there's a high level of commitment there to make sure we get it right. So they will.
John, from Drive to US, last time we spoke, you did, to build on that, you mentioned the importance of takeaways and build to the identity of the team. Today with the slow start of the offense, however, other aspects of the game, they stepped up. Does this only speak to the ceiling of this team and just how productive you guys can be if you guys put it all together?
Well, that's a big if, right? But absolutely, when you can do it in several different ways, 7 different areas, when you put it all together and play a complete game, you can have a really good football team. But we've yet to do that, right? We've kind of had it at one time and not at the other. I was really proud of the offense now. This is 3 straight games, zero turnovers. And when we don't turn the ball over, we have a real high percentage of winning, like real high. I think we're 19-2 now when we don't turn the ball over since we've been back. So now someone would say, well, then just don't turn it over. Yeah, it's not that easy. Those guys on the other side, they have something to say about that. But our guys are really committed to that. And, we got to keep doing it.
What was the plan heading into the game for A.J. Suresh and Sean Ashenfelder at quarterback, and how did you feel they executed in their first collegiate action?
Well, the plan, when you have an opportunity like this, you hope that you can get it to a situation where you can get subs in, not just for Sean and A.J., but for everybody. Didn't happen quite as quickly as I would have liked it to, but yeah, I was really glad to see A.J. get in there and do well and run the offense, and then to get Sean in there was icing on the cake, right? To get the 3 quarterbacks in there. We weren't able to get Rocco in there, which would have been that would have been good too, but we tried to get as many guys in the game as we could. I mean, we had guys in there that I'm not sure knew exactly what they were doing on every play, but they were trying as hard as they could. So that was good, and that's a good thing. When you play a game like this, if you can get it to where you want it to, then you can really get guys in the game. So eventually, when they play a bigger role, they've been there and they've been in the arena and actually played. So that's a positive. I think AJ shows why we do have a lot of faith in him. Very cool under pressure in the pocket, and then delivered some nice balls.
Hey, Greg. I noticed after the game, you had an interaction with Coach Vick, and of course, obviously, very frustrated. I just wonder, you've been doing this coaching since you were 22. I just wonder, how long did it take you to understand what this whole head coaching thing was about, to learn how to be a head coach and to learn the ups and downs?
Yeah, it's a good question. I was a coach at defensive coordinator in Miami when Mike was playing at Virginia Tech, so have a lot of respect for him and his career. And, you know, I told him, I said, your team really plays tough. They play in a reflection of him. They really do. And I told him anything I can do to help him, I'd be glad to do that. I don't know what I can do to help him, but like, when you become a head coach, there's so many things that you didn't know, you don't even know you don't know, right? And then all of a sudden it's like, oof. And then when you do it for a lot of years, it becomes kind of secondhand, like any job that you've done for a long time. So I think it's real important that you have good people around you to help you. And I know he's got some really good mentors that help him, so that's critical.
Coach, what did you say about the big plays the special teams are making? Obviously, the 2 block punts today, the block punt a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, well, those plays can have a huge impact in the game for sure, right? And we believe strongly in special teams. We had some really good plays in special teams today, then we had some bad ones. And that isn't, I'm more about consistencies than up and downs, right? So we have to clean some of that up. We've been really good in our PAT field goal operation. I shouldn't say that, we had some issues, but we've been pretty good. And then today, we had 2 blocked. You just can't do that. You can't do that as a Big Ten football team. You can't do that. So we're going to really study what happened, why it happened, and then get to work on fixing it. But yeah, when you score 2 times in special teams, that's important.
Final question, Brian.
6 of Ethan's first 7 passes went to a running back or a tight end more than the first couple games. Was that by design to see what those guys can do? Was that because Ian was out? Just what was the?
No, it's really taking what the defense gives you. I told you coming in, man, there was a lot of defense. They do a lot of stuff. And we did not have a lot of material to prepare, right? And even in the little bit that we did, there's a lot of scheme. So it really was one of those rules where you had to be one of those games where you just had to be patient, stick to your rules. And eventually, we felt we could get it going. We tried to run the ball a little bit more today for a lot of reasons, but yeah, I think we have a fun offense to be a part of. That catch KJ made that got called back, you don't see many of them in the country, right? Like, he's an elite level performer, and hopefully we can get Ian back here one of these weeks and get going, and have it full force. And, I know that DT will be mad at some of the plays, but he's an electric guy too. So, and Ethan, again, kind of quietly threw for over 300 yards. So, look, we need to go to work, and that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to take about a couple hours to relax and then get back at it tonight and get going, because it's a short week. Friday will be on us before we know it. But I want to thank you guys for covering us and sticking around for afterward. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Greg.